Hi, how's everyone doing today? It's your girl Ashcoyote, and I am just hanging out here with y'all. We're gonna have a great day. We're gonna be talking about some furry drama, which, by the way, if you all want to hang out with me live while I record these videos, hop on over to twitch.tv/Ashcoyote and give me a follow there. We can hang out and we can record videos together, and you can just bug me, like, be like, hey Ash, I noticed you, ooh, come over, say hi to me, hi, and I'll just be like, oh, it's you. Hi, but let's get into this. Let's just dive into this. It's ridiculous. I love this so freaking much. Oh my god. Today we are going to be talking about some very well, how do I say this? Some furry drama. It's kind of really silly furry drama. It's something that, as per the usual furry drama these days, started on Twitter, but it started with a news article, and a relatively good news article, I think. I mean, like, it wasn't a bad news article. I will be the first to admit that, like, I didn't sit down and, like, actually read the whole thing cover to cover, but I'm mostly just amused by how upset people are getting about this. And it's not furries that are upset. It's like politicians. It was released on some quote-unquote public interest journalism site in New Zealand, and it was about how furries basically run the internet. Because hey, listen, we're furries. We do kind of run the internet, but people got really butthurt about it. Specifically, what I assume is the New Zealand, well, they go by the New Zealand Taxpayers Union. And let's just say things got really weird really fast, and I kind of wanted to just sit down and talk about it, but I also want to talk about how to really deal with this kind of thing, deal with this kind of article, deal with these kind of folks online. The Spinoff, that's the website, and this is the article. So it was released January 11th. So a few days ago, and it honestly is kind of a relatively positive article. Who runs the internet? Well, furries, of course. We run the internet. Big surprise. This was literally just a personal interest piece in New Zealand. Just, examining, what folks do. Just like a fun, hey, this is what people do in their personal life, and this is also their job. There's always been this public stipulation that furries are about sex, right? And so I think that that's where this lobby group is kind of coming from. They're just like, hey, listen, we're just mad because these people are furries, and we think that they are degenerates and that they shouldn't have an article written about them. It's certainly a problem. It's certainly something stupid. Put succinctly in a 2019 tweet, all modern communication would collapse if about 50 people, most of which are furries, decided to turn off their pager for a day. I guarantee the internet would collapse in the most terrific manner if all furries in the world got Thanos snapped. Yeah, I mean, it's true though. It's true. So there are so many furries that work in tech. What I don't understand is why people have such a problem when it comes to what people do in their personal lives. It doesn't matter. Why would that matter? Seriously. So, I'm looking at this okay, it's a good article. And I was actually going to talk about this on stream, 2 days ago. Now, let's look at the drama. So the drama starts over here with the New Zealand Taxpayers Union. So this was the original tweet right here. Unbelievable. Taxpayers are funding pro-furry propaganda. This article is a part of the Spinoff TV series given $335,000 from the Public Interest Journalist Fund. Okay, so these people obviously have a bone to pick, but it gets weirder. So first off, furries totally ratio the New Zealand Taxpayers Union, which is freaking hilarious. So everybody's just dunking on these people. Furries find the tweet, furries run the internet, furries absolutely start slamming the tweet. So now, the other day, they're like, this tweet has sparked a defensive response from a rabid pack of furries who don't appreciate criticism of their taxpayer-funded puff piece. See, you missed an opportunity here, New Zealand Taxpayers Union. You could have said fluff piece, and it would have made more sense. If you want to be disturbed, scroll through the replies and quote tweets. Warning, many of the accounts are NSFW. Hey, gotta love those furries. Here's the thing, furries are taxpayers too. And especially if they're in high-paying IT jobs. Like think about that for a second. Like, think about that. So, like, these people are probably paying more in taxes than the asshat who's writing this shit. In case you missed it, media release, public interest journalism, given a bad name by Furry investigation. What is this? Like, these people are so all up in knots about this. They're oh no, did I just say up in knots? Spicy. They're just so upset. They have a press release now about it. Like, come on. January 11th, for immediate release. The credibility of the $55 million public interest journalism fund is undermined by a taxpayer-funded article about furries. How can you read that without laughing? How could you write that without laughing? But seriously, nobody gives a shit. It's a public interest piece, okay? Like, come on. Come on. Why is that a thing? Union spokesperson Louis Holbrook. Oh boy. Yeah, you put your name out there. Listen, the Taxpayers Union does not oppose the rights of consenting adults to dress up as anthropomorphic dogs, cats, foxes, and dragon tiger hybrids behind closed doors. But left-wing lifestyle websites should not be paid by taxpayers to write fawning articles normalizing this behavior. I can't read that with a straight face. I can't read that with a straight face. What the fuck is this? Oh my god. Those darn liberals, they're normalizing the furries. They're normalizing the furries. Who will we have to hate now? Bronies? I mean, like, what in the fuck is this? The Spinoff's IRL series was funded to publish in-depth investigative features. But instead, we get this puff piece. Again, you messed it up. It should have been fluff piece. Fluff piece that borders on pro-furry propaganda. Y'all, we got pro-furry propaganda now. What is going on? What is going on? Left-wing blogger Dylan Reeve, hey, Dylan Reeve, you're awesome, merely quotes anecdotes from furries working in the IT sector with no space given to the other side of the debate. What is the other side of the debate? Is it a debate on whether or not people have the rights to wear a fursuit? Is that the debate? Like, I don't understand what the other side of this is. I mean, all you seem to be upset about is literally that a furry got an article written about them because they work in IT. There's no debate amongst themselves and their relatives. They're like, listen, would I be an uwu daddy wolf or would I be a femboy fox? I mean, that's where the debate really is. That is where the debate really is. That's it. A thorough journalist would have sought out quantitative data or at least verified facts on the prevalence of furries in the IT sector, information that would be useful to the public and potentially the authorities. Why are you contacting the authorities? Like, are you trying to like ban LGBT people from like IT? Are you trying to ban furries from IT? What do you mean the authorities? Like, are you gonna go out and arrest all the furries? What are you, the Gestapo? Like, go away. And then we get to this. This right here behind you is what your taxes are paying for. I mean, you know what? If my taxes went to that instead of bombs and all that other shit that my money goes to, I would be so much happier. Unfortunately, fursuits are not tax subsidies. They are not paid for by the government. We do not have a right to have fursuits. They just are given to us, okay? Like, this isn't some magical fucking thing where people are just like, oh, hey, here, have a fursuit. You know, like, no, we earned the money. We bought them. Right? And guess what? Public expression is allowed too. If you want to go to Pride and dress up like this, you can. Is it Chris Foy? I hope I'm not mispronouncing your name, but has given the Spinoff $1.5 million to produce public interest journalism. So see how the number jumps a lot? Like, first it's down here, it's like 335,000, then it's 335,746. Then it's 55 million. Now it's 1.5 million. It doesn't make any sense. They're just a bunch of morons at the end of the day, I know, but I'm just mostly amused by how stupid this all is. And guess what? Now Vice picks it up. This is literally the best news headline I've seen any morning that I've woken up, and I'm just like, yo, what? The New Zealand Taxpayers Union is currently being trolled by a bunch of furries. Imagine getting ratioed by furries. The New Zealand Taxpayers Union, NZTU, fighting a losing Twitter battle with the furry community. A battle that it initiated. It just simply hits differently. The article, which explored the experiences in the furry community, misunderstandings about the fandom, and the overlap in furries and people who work in IT, had been written as public interest journalism funded by New Zealand's Ministry for Culture and Heritage. So the Public Interest Journalism Fund is a $55 million fund. It's just there, and it supports journalism in a lot of different ways, right? So it's like folks that might, like not traditionally get funded, or might not have private funding sources like Fox News, that kind of thing. That's what these funds are for. It's basically like our equivalent of PBS. Only a few moments after NZTU started kicking up a fuss, dozens of furries from domestic and international communities came out to defend this piece. Now, the thing of it is, I think that this piece just would have been like a drop in the bucket of everything that is on the internet. It's not a bad article, it's a good article, but it's not like something that is astronomical. It's not something that would have gone viral if it wasn't for the New Zealand Taxpayers Union. These people literally just made this front page. And I'm just yes. I love that they made this poster. I would have framed this, just put this on my wall, just because this is literally a bunch of conservatives getting really upset about furries and the fact that furries exist. And they're just oh, those furries, those darn meddling furries. Who the hell cares? They're furries. Okay, so apparently this is the global furry conspiracy theory. Listen, y'all, you ready to go down the conspiracy rabbit hole? Furries run the internet. The global furry underbelly might be able to throw its weight around on Twitter, but as we all know, normal people don't use Twitter, said a spokesperson. Well, I guess what they're saying, quote unquote, normal people don't use Twitter. So they're saying that they're not normal either because they're the one making Twitter posters with furries in underwear. Very, very nice underwear. But yeah, whoever y'all are in that picture, y'all are cute. Keep living your best life, yo. Seriously. And also, fuck these assholes. Oh, so the quote-unquote normal people use Facebook, aka, I guess, boomers, maybe? Does anybody still use Facebook? Where the response to the furry article has been very different. Yeah, sure. Sure it has. Great job. I mean, these are the same assholes that believed in QAnon, so I don't know. Who's more credible? A furry that works in IT and actually has a job, or some weirdo that sits on a computer looking up conspiracy theories about Donald Trump? I don't know. Look at this. Skinner says, we are everywhere. I have a government job. If I chose to dress up in a faux fur costume in my spare time, it doesn't mean anything for my work. See, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't. There are so many more fucked up things going on in the world. This is the least of anybody's concerns. But I want to talk about something a little bit different at this point. I want folks to kind of understand something about the right and wrong way to kind of handle this sort of media attention. We're going to go over here to Dull Moments, which is a blog. Please go check them out. Give them some love. They are a furry. And of course, they deserve the right kind of attention. So this is a nice little article that they published just yesterday called Don't Dunk the Gunk: How to Avoid Accidentally Amplifying Assholes on Twitter. This is kind of talking about how Twitter, how computer algorithms, how folks will exploit them and bait folks into doing things that might be amplifying shittier voices on Twitter, on the internet, period. It's like the old school YouTube idea, right? You go on there, you make a video that's contrarian and ridiculous, and obviously trying to poke a hole in, something that a large group of people hold to be maybe true. That's the quote-unquote obvious bait. It's actually kind of a no-brainer. It's Internet 101, but like you'd be surprised. So if we go back here, you can actually see how many folks were quote tweeting to dunk on this. Like, and they're really just amplifying these people right here. The New Zealand Taxpayers Union. What's better is to completely subtract them from the equation. And that's what this article is about. I love the preface for this right here. It happened again. You were doom scrolling on the hell site, aka browsing Twitter, and stumbled upon some stranger's tweet that was so stunningly ignorant that it almost seemed artificial. But sometimes it's more than just stupid. It's also harmful in some tangible way, homophobic, racist, etc. Nonsense is posted to social media almost as frequently as the comments section on YouTube. This person says it best right here. Anil Dash, do not reply to, retweet, or quote tweet from a fascist unless you want to give them your money. I mean, that's really what you got to think about when you're dealing with these folks. If you're retweeting them, you're giving them free visibility. You're giving them the visibility of your audience. Let's say I went on there with my Twitter account and I retweeted that tweet. I would be giving them a visibility of an additional 28,000 followers. Can you imagine that for a second? Like that's just boosting their own visibility. That's getting them in front of more people. So that's where we get to, of course, the New Zealand Taxpayers Union. It is totally fine to dunk on these people, but the best way to do it is to screenshot the tweet, place it as a photo in your tweet, and then dunk on it. That way, you're not giving them visibility. You're not platforming them. You're not giving them that extra little bit of oomph that they want. So this is just a really good article in general. I do highly recommend everybody sit down and read through this. But this is like very, very practical advice, I think, for anybody on the internet, especially folks that are trying to dunk on these people. But yeah, here you go. There it is. There it is. That was the furry drama. That is the ridiculous furry drama that is the New Zealand Taxpayers Union. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you aren't already, and drop me a comment down in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of this video. What do you think of the furry drama that the New Zealand Taxpayers Union has drummed up? I mean, I think it's utterly ridiculous. I want to hear what y'all think about it. Oh my god, just why? Just why? What is any of this? If y'all enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and please subscribe if you can. And I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you for every single thing that y'all do for my channel, every single thing that y'all do for me. I super appreciate it, like seriously. Lots of love all around, and thank you for the years and years of support. Until we see each other again, hey, goodbye y'all, goodbye. Bye.